Philip Hammond did not get his nickname of Spreadsheet Phil for nothing. The Chancellor is a cautious man, who thinks that tackling Britain's productivity challenge is a better use of his time than trying to rogue-foot his opposite number, John McDonnell, with political gimmicks. Hammond's instinct in the run-up to his second budget has been to hunker down, to hide himself away in the Treasury and send out messages that he simply doesn't have the money to bail the government out of its current troubles. The Chancellor finally broke cover on Sunday, but the, by now, familiar budget talk of building more houses and backing driverless cars was rather overshadowed by his remarkable claim on the BBC SMAR programme that there are no unemployed people in Britain. A month ago Hammond had to backtrack after calling the EU the enemy. Now he appears to have forgotten the 1.4 million plus who are officially jobless. For someone whose USP is that he is a safe pair of hands, the Chancellor is becoming a bit gaffe-prone. Personally, he could do with an all-singing, all-dancing budget that wins praise for its vision and boldness, but the Treasury has been at pains to downplay expectations of anything like that on Wednesday. No money, no majority, no productivity growth, no giveaways has been the theme. Debt remains too high and the fiscal targets have to be hit. Cash has to be found for Brexit preparations, for the DUP, for the U-turn on self-employed national insurance contributions after the last budget, and for the promises made to students and to home buyers during the Conservative Party conference. The cupboard is pretty much bare. Even so, Hammond can't simply deliver a do-nothing budget this week. Yes, public debt is high. Yes, Brexit is a great imponderable. Yes, there is an argument for caution, as there always is. But for both political and economic reasons, it is time for a different approach. So, the Chancellor will break one of the enduring rules of British politics, that taxes are raised at the first opportunity after a general election so that voters have time to forget before the next polling day rolls around. In part that is because the two elections of 2015 and 2017 were closely bunched together, and this is more like midterm of the 2015 Parliament rather than the first budget of the 2017 Parliament. Since the 2015 election, the government has introduced welfare cuts, a fresh round of departmental spending cuts, and lost its overall majority. The economy has slowed over the past year as the inflation-induced squeeze on consumer budgets has led to weaker spending. After years of confidently predicting that the flatlining of productivity since the financial crisis was just a temporary blip, the Office for Budget Responsibility, OBR, now accepts that it isn't. It will cut its forecast for the economy's long-term trend growth rate, the pace at which the economy can expand without inflation rising, to 1.5%. And this will have knock-on effects on the public finances. Slower growth means lower tax receipts, higher spending and bigger budget deficits. The date for returning the public finances to the black will be pushed back into the mid to late 2020s.